I now invite the dignitaries onto the stage. I would first like to invite Mr. Hrishikesh Mafatlal, Chairman and Chief Executive of Arvind Mafatlal Group of Companies, and I kindly request Dr. Sankhe, Chairman and Organizing Committee of GFESH, to kindly escort Mr. Mafatlal onto the stage. I would like to invite Dr. Sudhir Nayak, President of Association of Medical Consultants, onto the stage, please. Dr. Sudhir Nayak. I would also like to call upon Dr. Bharat Kanase, President of Indian Medical Association, Meera Bhayandar Branch. Dr. Naresh Rao, President of Mumbai Surgical Society. Dr. Kailash Ghodke, President of BJP Medical Cell. Dr. Bhujang, President of Association of Hospitals, to kindly take seats on the dais. I would also like to request Dr. Manoj Kapoor, urologist from Ahmedabad and the author of the book Wrong Prescription. The theme of the book resonates very closely with our conference today. I would like to invite him upon the stage. I would now like to call upon Dr. Ashok Shetty, Secretary of the Organizing Committee of GFESH, onto the stage. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. The Shanti mantra from Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad urges the Lord to lead us from ignorance to truth and from darkness towards light. So we will now proceed with lighting of a lamp that will remove the darkness from our souls, and it also symbolizes knowledge. I request Mr. Mafatlal to kindly light the lamp. Please, all other dignitaries, please join him. I would now like to call upon Dr. Ajay Sankhe, who is a consultant pediatrician and director at Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Research Institute. He is also the international president and patron of Global Foundation for Ethics and Spiritual Health. He has been a pioneer in spiritual healthcare, research in spirituality and medicine in India. I would like to invite Dr. Sankhe to open the conference and to brief about GFESH.
Respected Chief Guest, Shri Hrishikesh Mafatlal, all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, all the special guests who have come here, our speakers, moderators, and all the delegates. Thank you for coming, and I welcome all of you to this first GFESH conference in India. I see many seniors from our medical fraternity, and some teachers, some sadhus. So we seek your permission and blessing before we begin. Global Foundation for Ethics and Spiritual Health was started last year, that means 3 days back, it was last year, 2015. And our first ever conference was held in New Jersey, USA. A very wonderful response we got. The title of that conference was Transformation, Leadership, Spirituality in Medicine. GFESH, the purpose of GFESH is more directional than to discuss issues. It's more of a direction. Direction towards ethics, towards our inner compass. All of us have this inner compass. So, these conferences will be more on the directional issues than anything else. And today's conference is possible because of the foundation, which is patronized by 3 important personalities. His Holiness Radhanath Swami, who is an internationally known spiritual activist and author of the bestseller book Journey Home. He has written many books, but one of his best-selling books is Journey Home. Mr. Alfred Ford, who is the great-grandson of Mr. Henry Ford, known for ethical business, and our own Shri Rishikesh Mafatlal, the chairman of Arvind Mafatlal Group, again known in the world of business for ethics. Also, they have the other side which many people do not know. They have a big presence in the medical field. Probably they are the people who do the highest numbers of surgeries in ophthalmology at Chitrakoot for decades. So such are the people who are patronizing Global Foundation of Ethics and Spiritual Health. Today's conference is entitled Medical Profession, Welfare, Not Warfare. Friends, just 3 weeks back in Aurangabad, a city in Maharashtra, in one maternal and child health care center, a baby died in an ICU. Immediately, a mob got collected, all the relatives came, they started beating the doctors. The nursing home was practically destroyed. All the doctors got together, started talking about what kind of steps we should take. So some of them, they suggested we should have police protection, we should have a task force when such a thing happens, or even before such a thing happens, all of us should immediately collect together before announcing the death of a person. Some of them even suggested that we should have weapons with us. Doesn't it sound like a warfare now? It does. So this is a reality. Gone are the days when we were respected as second or the other form of God. These days are gone now. I was just studying the global trends. What are the global trends suggesting? Since last few years, like particularly 2009 onwards, when I was seeing what kind of articles are being written on healthcare. And you will be surprised to know that most of the articles, you can say 90% of the articles on healthcare are related to profits in healthcare. Just earlier this year, I was one of the panel members for Rajasthan government's healthcare summit. And throughout the day, what I was listening is how the healthcare is affecting the GDP, how we can attract global partnership. This all. Throughout the day, only this is being discussed. I asked the question to the organizers, are we discussing healthcare or are we discussing economics through healthcare? Is it a healthcare summit? It's an economic summit. Friends, this is a reality. We cannot just deny this reality. This is happening. Then we have our own KM hospital doctors, 27 September 2015, 3 resident doctors being attacked. Baal bach gaye. Literally, if you see what went on, they were saved literally. Why? Because some patient died of dengue. So these things are not uncommon nowadays. We are not surprised by this kind of news. What is our reaction when we hear such a thing? We feel sad that somehow the medical profession has deteriorated. We feel sad that common man has completely different perception of medical profession now. We feel sad that a law is not able to protect us. And sometimes also we have one more feeling that maybe this will not happen to me. Maybe that person was too rude, or maybe something went wrong, probably the systems were not set correctly. So we have all our own judgments. But friends, no matter what you do, if it is money, why should KM hospital be attacked. It can come anyways. We have to be aware of this reality. These are the changing trends. So today, healthcare has become more or less a business. And because it is seen as a business, and a patient is seen as a customer, naturally, there are expectations. If I pay, my patient has to be all right. So when we were organizing this conference, we got a lot of feedback from our younger generation doctors, saying ethics is for old people. We know some old people will come and give us gyan. Then some people said, ethics se kiska pet bharta hai? Business is business. But friends, we were surprised, pleasantly surprised. We were not thinking that so many people will come, but we had to stop the registration. That proves that medical profession is still a very noble profession. People still want to adhere to the ethics. All of us know in our heart that if I want to live by ethics. Everyone. Problem is, when we think like this, we think, but what about those who don't? So we get in that mentality that even if I do right things, there are several people who will not do right things. And everyone is thinking like this. It's very surprising. So ethics is actually inseparable from all of us. Every individual. It is inseparable. Yet there are dilemmas. There was one saint who gave a wonderful discourse for almost an hour on Ramayana. And at the end, he told the crowd that I have these two nice murtis. One is of Ram and one is of Ravan. So which one would you like to take home? So naturally, most people, practically everyone, he said, Ram. Then he said, wait a minute, I have not told you the whole thing. This Ram is made up of wood of neem wood. It's a beautiful deity. Ravan is made up of about 24 karat gold. Now which one would you take? These are the kind of issues that today we are dealing with in the healthcare industry. And therefore, we need to solve these dilemmas. We need to face this new reality. And that is the whole purpose of this first ever conference of GFACE in India. I thank all of you once again. Kindly participate in GFACE's evolution by writing your suggestions in the feedback form on what kind of issues you would like GFACE to take up, what kind of contribution you can make to GFACE. This is what I would request at the beginning. Once again, I welcome all of you and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sankhe, for making the objectives of this conference very clear.